the great days of the dot-com era. Essentially the function that Snap is performing is a messenger boy. It's carrying bits of messages from one person to another, and historically we've never put much value on that. I think this is why it presents itself as a camera company, even though it isn't really.
If we look at old new forms of communication, although they were revolutionary, they were also very easily copied. Think of typewriters. Think of email. Although Snap, from its beachfront HQ in California, has users, how loyal are they? And how easily might they be tempted away by the next big messaging app? Snap has launched its own camera, although not yet available in the UK. It's built into its own pair of spectacles. The visual image it believes is not just its future, but the future of social media itself. And it's true that other text-based apps like Twitter have struggled recently.
If you look at Facebook, it's all about pictures and videos. People are not writing two-page text documents there, and Facebook is a company that's less than 10 years old. It's worth close to $300 billion, and that is because people are spending a lot of time on Facebook and interacting with people and putting up a lot of data, etc. So I think Snapchat is no different. It's just a different demographic.
Since Google set the gold standard for tech IPOs, they have been a mixed bunch, some up hugely, others rapidly losing their wings. Long term, we don't yet know whether Snap will crackle or pop.
David Grossman. Well, I'm joined now by Mike Butcher, editor-at-large at TechCrunch, which looks at all these new technology companies and trends, and from San Francisco, Sarah Lacey, founder of the tech website Pando. Sarah, how's it going down in Silicon Valley and around San Francisco?
Well, I think right now we're having a little bit of an identity crisis with Snap going public and being the first big public mobile app, because it's not a San Francisco company and we're not used to that. It's a real moment for the LA tech scene right now.
Yeah. I mean, the other thing about it is it's got this very curious structure. These are not really even shares. You're not allowed to vote. They've given away about $4 billion to their own staff, which is quite a lot to be giving away. They can sell their shares but still control the company. I mean, did no one think maybe that the investors should go on strike on this one?
They may have thought it, but it certainly didn't happen. I mean, there's some bigger trends at play here. One is this whole idea of the cult of the founder, where the founder is basically a god within the four walls of this company. You've seen it with Elon Musk putting together two of his companies, and there's been a lot of scrutiny and outrage, but certainly they went ahead and did it. You've seen it with Mark Zuckerberg continually taking more ownership and control of Facebook year after year. And now you're seeing it to a very, very extreme level with Snap. And as long as they put the shares out there and people buy them, they can get away with it. Snap is also operating in a climate where all of these companies, these private, really highly valued companies, have been unwilling to go public. Uber doesn't want to go public. Dropbox, Pinterest from the last era still won't go public. And so Snap went public relatively quickly, set the terms it wanted, and frankly, I think it was a smart move.
Okay, well, Mike Butcher, in terms of what it represents, it's video, it's not text. I mean, there's something going on here, right?
Well, the funny thing is that they describe themselves as a camera company, but they're not. They're a media company. That's how they'll be making their money. It'll be via advertising, essentially. But they are in a bit of a bind. Essentially, most of the time you're using Snapchat to send people messages, either singly or to many. And what that means is that they can only really monetize the many, the broadcast. So they're getting media players onto the platform. They're using this feature called stories to allow people to create media, and it means that that's where they'll insert their advertising.
But is the basic thing here, people want video and picture apps, and they don't want text apps, because Twitter obviously started as a very short message thing, and doesn't seem to be doing as well as Snapchat.
Absolutely. Twitter is mostly about text, and you can see Instagram many times bigger than Twitter and also even Snapchat, because it was all about pictures, and pictures speak 1,000 words, and that's why Snapchat's all about pictures and video.
Sarah, do you buy the pictures of the future? Text is fuddy-duddy old stuff?
I mean, I think it's more than pictures. I think it's video. I think that's where Snap leapfrogged Instagram. Instagram leapfrogged Twitter in terms of images, but it hasn't done as well with video. And if you look at where everyone is pushing right now, it's not just that users want to express themselves in video, it's that Facebook and Snap want TV money. And that is what the internet has been trying to get its grubby little entrepreneur hands on for decades and decades and decades, and it's never come over. And if you read Snap's S1, that is their gamble, is that they're going to start getting TV money.
Right. I mean, what seems interesting though, Mike, is this, that you can look at Twitter and Instagram and Snapchat, they're basically the shelf life or the kind of the zeitgeist life of some of these platforms is 3-4 years, isn't it? 5 years, 6 years? I mean, that doesn't justify a $30 billion valuation.
Well, this is the big play, as it were. This is why they're going to IPO. They're now become very acquisitive, buy lots of other companies, and also, as Sarah says, go for that TV money. But the real problem is though that many of these big companies are snapping at their heels. All of the biggest players, especially Facebook, is looking at everything that Snapchat or Snap does, and pretty much copies whatever they do.